There's just something so special about stepping outside and picking a fresh, sun-warmed tomato or a handful of crisp lettuce that you grew yourself. It's this simple little joy that really connects us back to nature, no matter how small our space is. And hey, whether you have a big backyard or just a few pots on a balcony, that dream of amazing flavor and just vibrant, healthy food is absolutely within your reach. But it all starts not with the plant itself, but with what that plant lives in, the soil. Yeah, because let's be real, those gorgeous, thriving plants, they don't just happen by magic. They are the direct result of healthy, fertile, living soil. Seriously, that is the foundation for everything in your garden. So, what if I told you there's a technique, a kind of secret, that organic farmers have been using for years to create this incredibly rich and productive soil, and that you can use the very same principles at home? Okay, let's dive into this. It's this brilliant concept called cover cropping. And it's as simple as it sounds. Basically, you're growing plants, but not to eat them. You're growing them specifically to feed and protect the soil itself. Just think of it like growing your own living green fertilizer that does all the hard work for you. So, how exactly do these amazing plants work their magic? Well, it really comes down to a few key benefits that can completely transform the ground right under our feet. Let's break it down. First, and this is super simple, they just cover the ground. You see, bare soil is vulnerable. It can easily wash away in a heavy rain or just get blown away by the wind. A cover crop acts like a living, breathing blanket, holding that precious topsoil right where your plants need it most. And some of these plants, well, they have a genuine superpower. I'm talking about legumes, like the clover and peas you see here. They're like little fertilizer factories. They actually team up with bacteria in the soil to pull nitrogen right out of thin air and store it in their roots. And why does that matter? Because nitrogen is pure rocket fuel for leafy green growth, and these plants give it to your garden for free. And weeding, everyone's least favorite chore, right? Well, some cover crops, like this beautiful buckwheat, grow so fast and so thick that they form this dense canopy. It's basically a living mulch that shades out and smothers weeds. That means way less work for you and less competition for your vegetables. It's a win-win. Finally, some cover crops do the heavy lifting for you. I'm serious. Plants like the forage radish have these powerful taproots that drill way down, breaking up hard, compacted soil. This bio-drilling creates all these little channels for air and water to get in, which makes it so much easier for your vegetable roots to grow deep and strong. It's like having a team of tiny tillers working your soil 24/7. Okay, so you're probably thinking, that's cool for a big farm, but what about my little garden? Well, the great news is you can apply these exact same powerful principles to your home garden, whether it's a raised bed or just a container on your patio. Let me show you how. Here are 3 really simple ways to start. Number 1, always cover your soil. If you have a bare patch, just cover it with a layer of mulch. Straw or shredded leaves work great. You're basically mimicking that protective blanket. Second, plant giver crops. Tuck some bush beans or field peas right in between your tomatoes or lettuce. They'll add that free nitrogen right where it's needed. And third, start a compost pile. It's the ultimate way to recycle kitchen scraps into what gardeners call black gold. It is the richest food your garden could ever ask for. Now, if you're new to composting, the most important thing to know is what not to put in there. You want to avoid any meat, dairy, or oily cooked foods because they can attract pests. And of course, no non-biodegradable stuff like plastic or anything with harsh chemicals. If you just stick to fruit and veggie scraps, coffee grounds, and yard trimmings, you'll create beautiful, healthy compost. It's that easy. Building healthy soil is definitely a journey, not a race. It's not going to happen overnight, but every little thing you do helps. And you truly don't need a giant farm to make a huge difference in the health of your plants and your food. Honestly, the most important thing you can do is just start. Plant one little pot of herbs. Add a layer of mulch to just one garden bed. Start a tiny compost bin. That one small action, that's the beginning of something really wonderful. Because really, every single seed you plant, every handful of compost you add, it's a step toward better health, a deeper connection with nature, and that simple, profound joy of creating life. Happy gardening.